Morning, guys. This is your News Pledge Nemo here to give you the daily. So today we're going to be talking about two things. We're going to be talking about cosmic radiation, because we all love that, and then we're going to be talking about Hurricane Matthew, because we all definitely hate that. So an article that was recently released in the Los Angeles Times, it's called with a headline saying Space Brain. So essentially what space brain is the damage or cognitive function loss in your brain and damage to neural tissue that is the results from prolonged exposure to high levels of radiation in outer space. So basically they did studies on rodents, and then the rodents suffer these same effects. And so what they're saying is that when we send an astronaut up there and we keep them there for a really long time, they're going to suffer the same fate as the rodents. And obviously it works different with any species, like a rodent will be a rodent, a human is a human, but we definitely want to realize that space is a radioactive environment and that we need to really completely define the risks, especially if we're going to send actual people out there. I mean, we already have, but the more we learn, the better prepared we are. So in order to continue our research, we just need to be aware of that. So that's your news for Space Brain. I will attach the link to the article, like I always do. And then now we're going to talk about Hurricane Matthew. So you guys have probably heard about it in the news. So this article is basically the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. So it has decimated southeastern United States. This includes Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina. It's left like streets completely flooded, roads have completely concaved, cars are in those holes, like just cars that were parked there. People are still trying to get through the water, not paying any attention to the authorities. More people are dying because they're trying to get through the water. You'd think that they would learn, but they don't. And so, a lot of tragedies and casualties are resulting from these drastic events. We definitely want to be prepared, and we definitely want to pray for those people that have lost dear ones due to this accident. There's been a lot of damage to homes, especially in the coast of Florida. They're saying that the damage is unrepairable right now. And I lived in Florida for 6 years, so I can definitely tell you that when a hurricane passes by and you have all those expensive ass hotels right by the beach and right by the coastline, and you're nowhere near the Everglades or nowhere near a region that has a lot of mangroves or like waters that have a lot of vegetation that essentially slow down the hurricane and actually help they act as a barrier, you get a ton of damage and a lot of capital is lost. And people are definitely not happy about that, especially people that own the hotels. But more importantly, people suffer from these events, and it's important that you keep that in mind. I'm going to attach a link to the article. You can look at the specific damage that it has caused to each of the states. So basically this article was focusing on the states that I listed earlier. The pictures are insane. Like, I'm not even going to explain them. Like, you have to see them for yourself. But yeah, that's a hurricane for you, especially a big one. And then last but not least, I think I've been touching on this for a while now. Clowns, it really is ridiculous, but I go through the trouble to search for actual news, and I have to kind of shift through all the bullshit, and it's just the clowns are everywhere. People just keep talking about it, and I'm going to say that I'm going to abstain from talking about clowns anymore. This is the last time that I'm going to mention it, because if I have to go and search daily news and search actual interesting things for you guys to actually pay attention to me in the morning, especially since you're super tired and you're going to class, I'm going to shoot myself, because I am done hearing about clowns. Anyways, sorry about the rant towards the end, but yeah, so cosmic radiation and Hurricane Matthew. Hope you guys enjoyed the daily news, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time in class. It is currently 2 a.m. and I have a midterm tomorrow, and I definitely need to study and go to sleep. Good night, guys. Or good morning. Good night. Good morning, night. Night, morning. Anyways.